So this is what we think Jack the Ripper looked like. Up until about the year 2000, the police were too afraid to go inside here. Let's go in. You are standing in what we call Ripper Land. Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Alan. I'll be leading the tour. So what to tell you, we won't be going to all the murder sites. Why? 137 years later, they don't exist, okay? So one of them is around a mile down this road here. It is now Whitechapel train station, okay? Another one is about a 10-minute walk, give or take, down that road here, okay? It is now a primary school. We can't go inside and talk about women being killed, okay?
Yeah.
As much as I'd love to, but trust me when I say this, this is the area you want to be in, okay? Victim number one is seen alive for the very last time on the corner here by these lights, okay? Meaning she meets Jack the Ripper somewhere on this road here, okay? Now, when Jack the Ripper kills his third victim down here, he comes back onto this road and he finds his next victim. So on that note, follow me this way, okay?
Okay.
Can you see the grid? Yeah? So this is an original grid dating back to the 1800s, okay? So this is grade listed and the cobbles around it, they are original as well. So it means more than likely the women and Jack the Ripper would have walked over these, okay? We're going to go this way. So this is a list of the 5 official victims, okay? So victim number 1, Polly Ann Nichols. Again, Polly Ann Nichols. I can see your eyes, but it says Mary. Okay?
It says Mary. What's the other one? Has he done this before?
Yeah, literally. You see on big groups, everyone's going, he doesn't know the name. So her real name is Mary, but she's referred to as Polly, okay? Her friends call her Polly, we're friends, so we would call her Polly. If you look at number 5, it's also Mary as well, so it kind of separates them as well, okay? So, victim number 1, Polly Ann Nichols. Then you have Annie Chapman, Lucky Liz, Catherine Eddowes, and then Mary Jane Kelly. Now if you look at victim number 3, Lucky Liz, Elizabeth Stride, and victim number 4, Catherine Eddowes.
Lucky Liz?
Lucky Liz, yeah, same night, okay?
They were all over a very short period.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
I hadn't
it's
realised
10
that.
weeks
Yeah.
with a 6-week gap in between,
Yeah.
okay? Essentially September and then one in November. Again, 3 and 4, same night, okay?
Yeah.
Now, when you think of Jack the Ripper, you probably think of this. Am I correct? Yeah. That's not Jack the Ripper, guys. Okay?
Too wrong.
Yeah,
It's disappointed.
So disappointing, okay? This is a Hollywood version,
Yeah.
surprisingly as such. Think of the silent movies, that's kind of the idea. Originally, there's no eyewitness accounts of a man dressed like this. Once the killings get worse, they will get a bit more adventurous with the description of the man, okay? But that is not Jack the Ripper.
Where did the description originally come from? Wearing a cloak, or was that just what everyone dressed like?
Yeah, well, not in this area. Not in this area. They'd be more like Sherlock Holmes with the flat caps or the deerstalker hats, okay? This is just more once it gets famous. So again, this is not Jack the Ripper, okay? We're in the slums, we're in the ghetto. This is a rich man. He stands out. Jack the Ripper is able to kill 5 women without being caught, okay? So this is completely and utterly wrong. But it's a good image, okay? Now, we don't know who Jack the Ripper is, but question, do you know why we call him Jack the Ripper?
His name was Jack and he liked ripping?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, normally I make a joke of saying I could lie to you now, but you're watching me, so I can't. Anyway, letters, okay? Letters are sent to newspapers, to the police, okay? This is probably the most famous one. This is Dear Boss. It's signed off the name Jack the Ripper. Now, the best way I describe this, very simple, fake news. Yeah. It's a terrible joke.
Yeah, it feels like fake news.
Yeah.
Just think common sense wise, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's believed to be written by the newspapers to sell newspapers, okay?
Oh, they haven't changed.
No.
The likelihood they could even write was
completely.
Very,
These women can't write. Even the men in the series wouldn't be able to write, okay? So and look how nice the handwriting is.
True,
it's not written by a poor man. if we
Or a
believe-
doctor.
or a doctor, okay? yeah, because you can't even read doctor's handwriting, can you?
okay.
So it's fake news, okay? Ignore it. But again, it gives us a good name, Jack the Ripper.
But someone has come up with a clever nickname.
Yeah. Newspapers,
Yeah.
the Daily Star,
Yeah.
essentially. Now, what we're going to do here, just because it's still a bit bright, and I like having the projector out from the start, we're going to talk about victim number 1 here, okay? Her name is Polly Ann Nichols. She's killed on the 31st of August, 1888. She's killed on a road called Buck Row. Unfortunately, Buck Row now looks like that. The back of Whitechapel train station. Essentially the back entrance to the Elizabeth line. Just to give you an idea, a mile down that road or a mile down the main road that we met on, okay? Again, it's too far to go to. No tour company will take you. Especially when you've got the cobbles and the grids that still survive, okay? So, that's how it looked in 1888, and this is how it looks today, okay? Now, before she is killed, she's drinking in a bar called the Frying Pan.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yay! Now, the Frying
But no one's
Pan,
ever said that, have they?
No, actually, surprisingly. People make really bad jokes, but not like that.
Not
okay?
clever ones like
not
that,
clever, no one is. The Frying Pan is actually just around the corner. We're going to see it in a bit, okay? Now, we're just going to pause there for a second, because I realise, even though we mentioned it walking, we haven't fully done it yet. We were saying about Moffat Tavern, because I know you were drinking in the pub.
Yeah.
So, if you see the white building straight down, yeah? So that's the White Hart. So there's a lady called Moffat Tavern who's killed at the start of August 1888. She leaves that bar, and then she's found dead, essentially here, okay? Essentially above her head in the staircase, okay? Obviously this is not the same building.
Yeah.
She's attacked and she's stabbed 39 times. The throat, the heart, and the lower part of a lady. Now she's not an official victim because the throat is not slit, okay? But more than likely she probably is, okay? So the pub here,
Fits the timeline.
yeah, completely, and found dead here, okay? I just realised we mentioned that, but we didn't actually talk about it for you. Okay,
That's the pub I was just in, by the way, having a few
there you
pints.
go, there you go. It's a good
Purely for
bar.
research purposes.
Yeah, it's a great bar. Just make sure you're put on your expenses as well, okay? Okay, so just going back to Polly, I know we jumped. She's drinking around the corner in the Frying Pan, okay? Now the best way I kind of describe the Frying Pan as a little joke, a bit like Wetherspoons, okay? A bit rough, a bit ruddy, okay? You like Wetherspoons, meaning you can have the best night of your life or the worst night of your life. Again, like...
Or the last night of your life.
Yeah. So she's drinking inside here till around 12:30 in the morning. She leaves at 12:30 in the morning and she heads home to her DOS house, her boarding house, which, if you don't know, is like a hostel, okay? Meaning you have to pay every night. Whether you've been there 5 years, 10 years, or 5 minutes, it does not matter, okay? Her DOS house is at the top of this road here, okay?
Great term nowadays, isn't
Yeah.
it? She was a dosser.
Yeah, literally was.
yeah.
So the DOS house is at the top of this road. You have to pay every night, okay? Again, if you can't afford your bed, you are always kicked out around 2:30 in the morning. That's kind of like a fresh day. So she goes home, she's in the house till 2:30 in the morning. She's kicked out because she can't afford to pay. She's not bothered. She laughs and she jokes and she says, I've had the money 3 times over. Meaning she's gone out, she's drank it, and she's bought a jolly little bonnet, a nice new hat. So question, do you think these women are prostitutes, yes or no? I know it's a tricky question, okay?
Possibly.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, they are deemed as prostitutes. Why? They live in Whitechapel, okay? If you're walking around in night time as a woman, you're kind of seen as a prostitute. You have to remember that this is the slums, this is the ghetto. As a woman, you have essentially no rights, you can't really work, so the only thing you have left is your body, okay? So I say think of it more as survival than prostitution, okay? It's really, really important. So she's not bothered because she's got a nice new hat on, so she leaves at 2:30 in the morning. She leaves the DOS house, she walks down the road, which we'll see in a minute, and she falls on the floor drunk. Her friend Ellen sees her at 2:45 a.m. and says, "Come with me, I'll get you home. We can share a bed." Polly says no, because she's wearing a new hat, a new bonnet, okay? That's at 2:45 a.m. Now between 2:45 a.m. and 3:45 a.m. she meets Jack the Ripper and she is killed. 3:45 a.m.
Why would she not have gone because of the bonnet? Because she thinks it's going to be stolen.
No, she probably thinks she looks good and going to find a man. If she's a prostitute.
She's carrying on working. Okay.
Yeah, I think she looks sexy. Got a nice hat. I'm going to find a man. Do what she needs to do.
Right,
okay. That's kind of the idea.
That's all it took in those days.
Yeah, literally.
Nice bonnet.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, people don't buy clothing like we do today. I would say, think of like your Christmas clothes.
Yeah.
It's big, you know. Yeah. So she's probably feeling herself, goes out, finds a man. But also remember, Whitechapel High Street, that road is busy, okay? Say, think of like Soho. It's like the centre of the East End. Someone's standing behind us as well. Lovely, adds to the sound effects, isn't it? The atmosphere. Okay, so she looks good. She's going to find a man, maybe, and do what she needs to do, okay? So she goes looking. 3:45 a.m. PC Neil is doing his beat, his patrol. He turns a corner. He sees a woman lying on the floor. Now, at first, he thinks she is drunk, so he goes up to Polly and gives her a nice little kick. Because unfortunately, that's how we treat women in 1888. She doesn't wake up. He bends down and he sees the hat has been taken off and the throat has been slit. Left to right, right to left, okay? That's all he sees. Now the body is taken to the morgue and they start the autopsy. So, this is Polly in the coffin. It's not a bad photo as such, it's quite a tame photo. She kind of looks more asleep than you think, but if you don't want to look away now, okay? But it's really important so you know that. We do take photos of these coffin photos live. Now with victim 1, victim 2 and victim 3, the photos are all pretty similar to this one, okay? We don't have any pictures of the damage done to the body. It's 4 and 5, they're the horrific photos, okay? But we'll do that when we do that, okay? So, the body's taken to the morgue, which is just around the corner, and they start the autopsy, okay? They realise not only has the throat been slit, but she's been stabbed in the lower part of a lady, and the knife has been yanked up towards her breast, and the body has been pulled open. Now, I think it's really, really important to explain the damage, to show you how little respect he has for life, but more importantly for women, okay? Now, again, one more time. She is classed as a prostitute, and unfortunate that police do not care. So life carries on as normal until...
How old was she?
46. Okay, so these women, they're all in the 40s. I was literally going to do that next, okay? It's all right. So let's just jump there. Victim 1 to 4 are in the 40s, and victim 5 is 25 years young, okay? So just going back, the police don't care. So life carries on as normal until we get to victim number 2. It's such a nice day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too nice to be talking about this.
Oh my God, completely. I just want you to have a look at this archway. You see what it says? What year?
1886.
1886.
So it
2
would have been
years.
yeah.
2 years prior to the killings, okay? Now we think Jack the Ripper might have lived off a road called Flower and Dean Street, which is essentially here, okay? Obviously it's Flower and Dean Walk now. Essentially this would have been Flower and Dean Street. So the women and Jack the Ripper definitely would have seen this, okay? Let's go this way and let's turn right. So have a look behind you, look at the noodle bar, and go all the way up to the terracotta bricks. Can you see it? Yeah, can you see what it says? It says ye frying pan. So ye frying pan. So this is the bar she's drinking in. The frying pan dates back to the 1800s. She lived essentially where those red windows are, and then she's seen alive for the very last time at the end of this road here, essentially where we met, okay? Then the body is taken to the morgue, which is essentially across the road now. Another noodle bar. Anyone hungry? Follow me up here, okay? So obviously I know you've been down here, but this is, I'm sure you know this too, this is Brick Lane. So some of these buildings are 1700s. It's 1600, so I'm not too old for London.
Do you know why it's called Brick Lane?
Yes, do you?
No, that's why I asked.
Hi.
Oh, wait, it's not a test. It's not a test.
Good. I'm going to stop here anyway. So, Great Fire of London. All the houses were destroyed.
Yeah.
This used to be a little lane.
Yeah.
And this was a quarry, and this is where they made all the bricks for London, hence Brick Lane. Yes.
So this used to be a quarry.
Yes, weird all around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it says Mayfair.
Yeah.
That used to be a cinema, and that's where the craze when they were kids used to go and watch like the Saturday, Sunday cartoons, because obviously this is East End. Now, just jumping slightly ahead to victim number 4, Catherine Eddowes. So she is my favourite victim, which is weird to say, I know, okay? Why is she my favourite victim? She's killed on the 30th of September 1888. Now, before she's killed on the 29th of September, she's arrested on the main road that we met on. She's arrested for being drunk and disorderly. I'm sure we've all done this, okay? She's arrested for... Yeah.
I've had a
That we know of.
I've had a warning.
Oh God, me too, many times. Many times. Anyway, we can edit that part out.
No, it's staying in.
Yeah. She's arrested on that road for being drunk and disorderly.
Yeah.
I love this fact. She's running up and down, pretending to be a fire engine. She's so drunk, she's running up and down,
bless her.
being a fire engine. I love that fact, 'cause it makes her feel a bit more human. The police stop her and they say, "What are you doing?" And she says,
Putting out fires.
"I'm a fire engine." I love that fact. So she's taken to the police cells. They ask where she... So noisy, isn't it? They ask where she lives, and she says, Fashion Street. So this is the road that victim number 4
Fashion
lived
Street
on.
sign there.
Yeah. This is the road she lived on the night she is killed, okay? We're going to go walk up a bit more, okay? So have a look at this building across the road, okay? This building is a very special building. Do you know what kind of building this is? Oh, you've done the tour, of course you have.
This building.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Do you remember why it's special?
Because
Yeah.
it's been different
Yeah.
types of churches,
Yeah.
whether temples or all Muslim.
Yeah. Perfect. So this is the only building in the world to be a mosque, a synagogue, and a church.
It's when it's like,
Obviously.
so
Nice. Well, we say it's this one, okay? Google says it's this one. All the researchers say it's this one, okay? But essentially, this is one of the main buildings to change its religion, okay? Because this was the immigrant area. This area was made by the French originally. So it was a French church. The French moved out. The Jews moved in. Synagogue. The Jews moved out, and then.
And it kind of still is the immigrant area, isn't it?
Yeah, always is. Always is.
Yeah.
If you look at the clock, can you see what date it says on it?
1743.
43, okay. This road hasn't changed. Get rid of the cars, and this road is essentially the same now as it was in the 1800s.
even the lamps.
Yeah. You can kind of see like the
Look at these
lights, the modern
Victorian
yeah.
style lamps there.
Yeah. So essentially, this is essentially the same now as it was in 1800s. About 6-7 weeks ago, they were filming the new Pride and Prejudice down this road. So you missed all the fog. That day had all the fog around here, okay? We're going to loop this way, okay? So follow me. This was the immigrant area, and it is. It's because of the River Thames. Essentially the River Thames.
Yeah.
And then, main reason this was sold to the French as such was, guys, just come on off the road in case you guys are coming. Charles II, when he lived in France, he came back. This was all sold to the French. Always movies are filmed in and around here.
Yeah, you can see why.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to talk about victim number 2. So this is Annie Chapman. This is the only photo we have of any of the women alive. So, what do we know about Annie? We know she's killed on the 8th of September 1888. She's killed inside the garden of 29 Hamley Street. Now, wait for the cars to go past you. We are now standing on Hamley Street, okay? So have a look around and tell me where you think 29 Hamley Street is today.
It's not here then.
It is here, right? It's right here, guys.
It's a trick question.
Yeah. Essentially...
Well, there's got to be a reason you brought us here.
Yeah. And everyone goes... Yeah. Everyone kind of goes, oh. It's essentially here. Unfortunately, it was knocked down in 1970. Remember when they decided to knock down all the nice buildings and such? They knocked down that to build this.
This.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I can show you on the projector as well. I mean, this photo needs to be updated, but that is literally here, okay? So, what do we know about Annie? We know she's killed inside the garden here between 5:30 in the morning and 6 a.m. Now, before she's killed, she lives on a road called Dorset Street. Dorset Street is known as a Blackie Street or a blackout street, meaning
No street lamps, no?
No street lights. There is street lights, but there's maybe one for the whole area, okay? They're that weak, pretty much standing here, we can just about see each other, okay? That's how dark it is in this area. So it's known as a blackie or a blackout street, because on a police map it is blacked out. It's known as the most dangerous road in London. Victim 2 lived on that road. Victim 5 lived on that road and is killed on that road. They say on average, one person a month is killed on that road.
What now or then?
Well, we're going to go to it later on, and we'll see who survives.
Which one of us survives.
Yeah. So, what do we know? We know she's in the DOS house till around 2:30 in the morning. We know she's kicked out at 2:30 in the morning. Why? She can't pay. But she does not want to leave. She's not feeling well, okay? She asked the landlord, the watchman, can I stay? Can I pay double tomorrow? She's told no. So as she leaves, she says, okay, keep my bed warm. I'll be back in a bit. She leaves at 2:30 in the morning and she's seen alive for the very last time, essentially here, okay? Now she goes missing for around 3 hours. Now if she is a prostitute and she needs to find a man, where do you think she would go at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Pub?
Yeah, nice and easy. She goes to a pub. She goes to a bar called the 10 Bells.
And pubs were open back then?
Some of them are, yeah. This opens about 5 a.m. There's still bars in the city that open at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning for Smithfield Market.
It feels like there was more of a
oh my God, yeah.
a night time.
Yeah.
Especially if landlords are kicking you out,
Yeah.
even they're awake.
Yeah, and you've also got to remember, you don't have a living room. You don't really have any personal space, so bars become your main place for socialising, okay?
Hence public house, I guess.
There you go, yeah. God, you're making me work today. Guys, I thought 1-2 people, I'd be finishing now. No. Anyway, so she's in the 10 Bells, which is just behind these buildings. We'll go there later on, okay? So she's in the pub till about 5:15 in the morning, and she's seen leaving with a man. By 5:30 in the morning, she's seen alive for the very last time at this doorway here, okay? Which again is essentially this building. She's seen talking to a man. This man is described as a foreign-looking man, which we've already established meaning Jewish, because this was the Jewish area in 1888, okay? So calling someone a foreign-looking man literally means Jewish, but what do we mean by Jewish? Do you remember from your old tour?
No, I don't.
No, the Ashkenazi Jews, okay? So this was the Ashkenazi Jew area, so essentially from Poland, Russia, modern day Germany. Just let these young kids go past.
Yeah, Bram Stoker drew upon that for his Dracula, the prejudice against foreigners at the time.
Completely. Okay, so 5:30 a.m. she's seen alive outside with a man who we assume is Jack the Ripper. We know this man is described as a foreign-looking man. We assume he means Jewish, and he says, will you? Yes. Which again, if she is a prostitute, we know what it means, okay? We'll talk about him later. So, 5:30 alive, 6 a.m. her body is discovered inside the garden, okay? But how do we know she's alive at 5:30 in the morning, talking to a foreign-looking man? Very simple. Her friend, Elizabeth, is walking down this road here, heading to Spitalfield Market, which is the end of this road. We'll see it later on, okay? So, if Annie's a prostitute, more than likely so is her friend, Elizabeth, and she understands the will you? Yes, so she walks away. 6 a.m, Mr. Davis, the old man who lives upstairs, comes out to use the bathroom. He opens the door, and he sees Annie lying on the floor. So this is her morgue photo, okay? This is probably the nicest of all the photos, but if you don't want to look away now. Yeah, amazing. It's quite a decent photo compared to others we're going to see. So, what does Jack the Ripper do to Annie? Left to right, right to left, okay? As if he's trying to decapitate her. He then stabs her in the lower part of a lady. The knife is kept in and it's yanked all the way up to the throat. He scoops out the intestines and the body fat and he throws them onto the face and then they fall onto the shoulders. Now, apart from the fact this man is mental, do you know why he would do that? He's going he's going into the body. Thank God we don't. You would know this. He's going in the body and he's taking out something that we as men... Yeah. See, I told you you'd know it. Yeah. He's going in the body and he takes out the uterus and the top part of the bladder and the vagina. Once it's in the body, or once you're in the body, it's all connected.
Is this when they suspected he was a doctor from this?
This is when we start to think maybe he is a doctor, okay? But the top doctors of the time said they can't do what he done in the time scale. So if he can't do it, obviously they can lie. If they can't do it, who can? A butcher. Yeah. Might be a butcher or a surgeon. Either way, this man knows at least the basicness of the body, okay? I mean, we know the body now because we have Google, but like, my friend's a nurse and I'm like, oh, my heart's here. She's like, no, actually your heart is here. So this kind of tells us he knows what he is doing, okay? He does all that in around 25 minutes, then he just disappears, okay? Now the police are called and they're able to work out victim 1 and victim 2 are killed by the same person. Why? Left to right, right to left, here up, also the body pulled open. Also, legs spread wide in a sexual position. The dresses pulled up past the vagina area, but really, really importantly, no sex. This is not about the sex, this is about the hatred and the power over women. But question, why do you think they go into the garden here? Whose idea is it to come inside the garden?
Hers, probably.
Say again?
Hers?
Yeah, it has to
because
be.
It was one of her spots.
Yeah, it's that simple. Also, the front door, to answer your question, the front door is broken. 24-hour access into the garden. If this is her spot, she would know that this door is broken. She would know she's got privacy in the garden. It means that I, as Jack the Ripper, I would know that you know this is a quiet and safe area. So more than likely these women, if they are prostitutes, they are taking Jack to the murder sites. So he's not really targeting you as such, he's targeting the women in this area because they would have the best places to go. So we're going to talk about victim number 3. Her name is Lucky Elizabeth Stride. She's killed on the 30th of September 1888. Does that ring a bell to anyone? The same night as victim number 4. So tonight is known as the double event. 2 women in 44 minutes. Meaning, this man is quick. This man definitely knows what he is doing, okay? So, victim number 1 of the night, or number 3 overall, Lucky Liz. She's killed inside the courtyard of Dutfield Yard. So, can you see that wagon wheel? Yeah, that here is Dutfield Yard. Only way in, only way out. Dutfield Yard is pitch black, meaning standing essentially this close to each other. I can't see you, you can't see me, okay? Again, that is Dutfield Yard. Only way in, only way out. This here is a Jewish social club. As we know, the Jews are being blamed. Foreign-looking man. They're inside this building having a debate about what to do. In reality, they're singing, they're dancing, they're having fun, okay? Unfortunately, Dutfield Yard is now a primary school. Isn't that weird? One of the most famous murder sites in the UK is now a school. Like, make it make sense. If Dutfield Yard existed, it would have looked like this. Because if you see, it's quite dark. Only way in, only way out. So it kind of adds to the effect instead of being on the streets as well. Okay, so what do we know? 12:45 a.m. She's seen on the corner here, okay? She's seen talking to a man. She says to this man, not tonight, maybe another night. Meaning if she is a prostitute, she's not interested. 103, her body is discovered just inside the courtyard. That's only 18 minutes. But in reality, the killing is a lot quicker. 1 a.m, Louis Demscheit, a German Jew, is coming down this road here, going into the courtyard.
Sorry, what was his name?
Louis Demscheit. I know. It's also my accent, guys. No, it's also my accent. You say in German, it probably sounds so much better than me, okay? Louis Demscheit. Anyway, yeah. He's going into the courtyard to pick up his wife, who works in the bar. As he enters into the courtyard on his horse and cart, the horse he's on becomes frightened, becomes scared, refuses to enter fully into the courtyard, blocking off the exit. Only way in, only way out. Hey, you'd be surprised people don't pick that up, okay? Louis looks down on the floor and he can just about see someone lying on the floor. He sees a woman on the floor, and maybe at first he thinks this woman on the floor is his drunken wife because she works inside the bar. So he gets a horsewhip and he kind of prods and whips the body to wake her up, okay? She doesn't wake up. He comes off the horse and he lights a match. So he lights a match. The match is on only for a second, enough to see there's definitely someone lying on the floor, okay? He comes off the horse, the match goes off, and the horse is acting strange. The horse is acting frightened. He decides to go into the side door of the bar. As he enters into the bar, the first person he sees is his drunken wife. So they realize something is wrong. So he, his wife, and two men, they come out with an oil light. They look down on the floor and they see Lucky Liz is dead. I mean, have a look at the shop. I mean, it's not beautiful, but you can see how deep it goes and everything. And apparently this was on the market last year for £5 million for the whole building. This is also when Victim 4 was alive. This was a pawn shop, and she pawns her boyfriend's shoes inside here at one point. It's kind of cool, isn't it? And then, hang on. This is the 10 bells. Do you see the tilings on the back of the wall? They're the original tilings. So, everything you see around you, apart from that modern day building, is all original, okay? You are standing in what we call Ripper land. So this essentially is the beating heart of Jack the Ripper. Remember with victim number 2, her friend is heading to the market. That's the market across the road, okay? So that is Spitalfield Market, yeah? So 1886 that building is, but we know the market goes back a lot further, okay? Queen Victoria's white wedding dress comes from this road here, okay? So lots and lots of history, even to this day, good and horrific. We're going to carry on number 3, we're going to do number 4, just so we'll just do them both together, okay? Okay guys, this is literally the same. So this here is known as Itchy Yard. So in the 1800s, as a lady, if you had nowhere to sleep, you would sleep inside here on the fresh graves. In the morning, you'd wake up itching yourself because you've been bit by the fleas, the lice, etc. Up until about the year 2000, the police were too afraid to go inside here. Let's go in. So I told you to go inside, he sees his wife, and then him and his wife and two men come outside, and they look down at the body. We got to that point, didn't we? Yeah. So they look down on the floor, and they see Lucky Liz is dead. So this is the last tame photo I'll show you today. After this, they're all going to be a lot more horrific, okay? So enjoy. So they look down on the floor, and they see Lucky Liz is dead. They see the throat has been slit left to right. It is now 1:03 and the horse is now calm. In the space of a minute, the horse has gone from being frightened to being calm. Do you know why? It is believed that as Louis is coming into the courtyard, Jack the Ripper is killing. The horse sees it, the horse becomes frightened, the horse blocks off the exit or the entrance. So Jack is now stuck inside the courtyard. He cannot leave. He can't go into the side door of the bar. Why? You open the door, the light goes on his face, he'll be seen. Game over. He can't go to the darkest corner here. Why? You open the door, the darkest corner, you'd start walking, you would hear footsteps. So it's believed the only place Jack the Ripper can be is essentially right next to Louis. Louis says he senses and he feels someone next to him. I take the sense as, you know, if you get close to someone, you get that weird feeling. I take the sense as that. I take the feeling as maybe Jack is on the floor slicing the throat, and as he comes up, maybe he just touches Louis. But you've got to remember for Louis, his drunken wife is on the floor, his horse is acting strange. His attention isn't really on what's in front of him, it's on what's around him, okay? But question, why doesn't Jack the Ripper attack Louis? Because he's a man.
Yeah.
It's risky, and also he's a man. Yeah, he hates women, without a doubt. So, as Louis goes into the bar, Jack the Ripper does what?
Sneaks out.
He sneaks out. So, this is the 5 murder sites. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? After killing victim number 3, he goes to victim number 4 and he kills again, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, and 5, these are killed in a place called Whitechapel. Victim number 4, she's killed inside the city of London. So why does he leave Whitechapel and go into the city of London? Very simple. 1, 2, 3, and 5, they are protected by Scotland Yard, the Metropolitan Police Force. Victim 4, City of London, they have their own police force, City of London Police. Meaning, if you do crime here, all you have to do essentially is go in the city and you are safe. You do crime in the city and you go back into Whitechapel because the police don't cross the borders. Yes, they have no interest of him inside the city, okay? So,
Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, essentially. And there's that's black line, essentially the border, the Roman wall. So you do crime here, as the chaos is happening here, you go into the city. As the chaos is happening in the city, you go home. Remember I said he might have lived on Flower and Dean Street? That's essentially Flower and Dean Street. In reality, the map should be like that, okay? So there's enough time to go home either way, okay? If he lives on Flower and Dean Street. But question, why is she called Lucky Liz? Because she's not lucky,
Not that night.
but she's extremely lucky at the same time.
Because she wasn't mutilated.
Yeah, it's that simple. The Victorians are being ironic by calling her Lucky Liz.
Didn't have enough time. Yeah.
Compared to what's coming next, she's extremely lucky. So, victim number 4, Catherine Eddowes, we'll do it here because it's a nice wall. She's killed inside the city of London. We know she's arrested on the 29th of September for being a fire engine. We know she goes to the police cells. She's in the cells till around 1 o'clock in the morning. We know she's kicked out at 1 o'clock in the morning, and as she leaves, she says, "Good night, old cock. I am going to find me a jack." So she leaves at 1 o'clock in the morning. 1:35 a.m, she's seen alive for the very last time on the corner here in Mitre Square. She's seen talking to a man. She's seen touching a man very gently on the chest. If she's a prostitute, that would make sense. That's at 1:35 a.m. 1:44 a.m, her body is found inside the darkest area of the courtyard. Now, this is the City of London Police. The City of London Police, they do their beat, their patrol every 15 minutes. 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2, etc. They come in the side here, check that corner, that corner, and always the darkest area last. PC Watkins is working that night. He comes in at 1:30 a.m, no problem. He leaves, he comes back at 1:44, so 1 minute early. He checks that corner, that corner, no problem, until he goes to the furthest corner here and he sees lying on the floor a pig. He sees a pig on the floor. He walks up to the pig and realizes, I always do that, realizes it is a woman. So this is a drawing drawn by the police the night the body was found. So this is how she was found, okay? All this takes place in around 7 minutes. So what does he do? Left to right, right to left. Only this time, the head is literally hanging off. She's stabbed in the bum, down, around, all the way up to the throat. The body is pulled open. He goes into the body, he gets intestines, and he stuffs it into the throat. Can you see why they call Lucky Liz? Lucky Liz, yeah? The face is attacked here, the nose is attacked, the chin, and the ear. And there's 2 holes underneath her cheekbones. We think maybe he's trying to take the face off. He takes out the kidney and he takes out the uterus, all in around 7 minutes, all in pitch black. So the next photo, she is naked. She's in the morgue and she has a hook in her neck, a hook in her back, and she's standing up straight inside the morgue. Unfortunately, you see everything, okay? So if you don't want to look away now, but we're here.
I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, I'll make it really quick.
Until I see
Yeah. But some people are squeamish beforehand, so I learned that lesson very quickly to explain after all the men started fainting. The women never faint, it's always the men. It really is. So here you go. So that, let's put this down because there's people here, is what he does in around 7 minutes. Just because there's people walking past, give them some respect, okay? So he does all that in 7
And
minutes.
that's a real photo.
That's a real photo. Again, just because I don't want people to be a bit, I'll bring it back on very quickly. He does all that in around 7 minutes. It's horrific, isn't it? He's angry. He hates women. He's almost been caught. Now, he takes out the kidney, and it's believed he eats the kidney. We're going to go left, and then we're going to cross over, okay?
There's
Jack the Chipper.
as well.
And at one point, the 10 Bells used to be known as Jack the Strippers. So bad, isn't it? We'll just stand on the road because it's something I want to point out. So after the double event, Jack the Ripper disappears for 6 weeks. We don't know why, but what we do know is the City of London Police and Scotland Yard are now working together. There's over 500 police officers walking this area protecting the women, okay? So he disappears until the 9th of November. Everyone is a bit more relaxed. They think maybe Jack is gone, maybe he's been thrown into an asylum. It's also a bank holiday weekend. Everyone is out, everyone is getting drunk. So as we know, Mary Jane Kelly is drinking, we know she goes to the 10 Bells, and we know she's in the Queen's Head. See this yellow building? Maybe it will pick it up, maybe it won't. Can you see right at the top it says the Queen's Head? Or you can literally see the Queen's Head sign, okay? We know just before 2 o'clock in the morning, she's seen pretty much where that man is standing now for the very last time, just before 2 o'clock in the morning, talking to a man. We're assuming that man is Jack the Ripper. This man is holding a parcel. Again, we're assuming the knife is wrapped inside the parcel, okay? She takes Jack the Ripper to a home on Dorset Street. She's the only victim killed inside her property. So it tells us if she's taken him to the home, he's got to be quite calm. He's not like a madman. Yeah, you've got to trust him, okay? Yeah. They're looking for a madman. She's also convinced she's going to be the next victim. So let's go this way. Let's go to the worst road in London. The most dangerous road in London. Okay, so we'll just stop here for a moment. Welcome to Dorset Street, the worst road in London. Yeah. How do you feel?
It's not quite as...
Not what you're expecting, yeah. Unfortunately, most of it was knocked down in 1929 because it was essentially the worst road in London. This dates back to 2018, and they say, do you see these golden lines? Yeah, they say essentially that is the road going in and out of Dorset Street. So there's a little thing to connect us. Also, let me just bring you over here very quickly. Cool, so victim number 5, she's the only victim killed inside her property. Her property is now lift or elevator B.
On the ground floor.
On the ground floor, literally there, guys, okay? Yeah. So that's essentially the murder site. So how do we know this? Very simple. When this was built in 2018, they had the original blueprints and the modern day ones. B marks the spot. And apparently... no, not one bit. Back in the day, it used to be like a loading bay and the curb was painted white. So we kind of knew even before this was here, that was a spot, okay? But yeah, apparently it is also the same size as the room she was killed in. Is anyone afraid of elevators?
No, but...
Well, we should ask your clients. Yeah, we'll throw you in later on and we'll see how you survive. Let's go get the projector out and show you how it looked in 1888. That is now that. And that road is essentially the golden lines. Okay, so as we know, Mary Jane Kelly takes a man into a property, which of course is lift B, which now looks like, now a lift, which would have looked like that the night she is killed. Can you see her okay on the screen? So we know she's inside and we know she's with a man laughing, dancing, singing, having fun. 3:30 in the morning, the upstairs neighbour is going to come down and tell Mary Jane Kelly to be quiet. She decides not to. 4 o'clock in the morning, Mary Jane Kelly goes quiet. Between 4 a.m. and 10:45 a.m., Mary Jane Kelly is ripped apart. 10:45 a.m., the rent man turns up. Her rent is 6 weeks late. He goes knocking on the front door, no answer. He goes to the window, can you see right here? The window's broken. He goes to the window, he puts his hand in, he moves the curtain, he looks in, and he throws up instantly. He goes to get the police. The police turn up, and they say it is the work of the devil. So, this next photo is real. Just wait for these kids to go past of all the times. So, this next photo is real. It is essentially the first ever crime scene photo in the world, okay? This is taken several hours after she was killed. So, what does he do? He takes off all the face. The eyelids, the nose, the chin, the cheeks, and ear. They say she's identified by the colour of her eye and her ear. Left to right, right to left. Breasts are taken off, one behind the head, next to the uterus as a pillow, other one down by the foot, next to the kidney, okay? She's skinned right down to the bone.
I'm going to get demonetised for this video.
No, I know. But guys, yeah.
To bleep everything.
Yeah. So we'll pause, we'll retake. So what happens? He attacks this woman, he rips her apart, and then he leaves. Perfect. Yeah, so now you can use that bit, okay? I do think it's important to show you it and explain, okay? Maybe I shouldn't do all this, but I do think it's important. The hands go in, the empty stomach and the intestines are taken out, the arms are chopped off, all this area gone, okay? The meat, the muscle also taken off the legs. This is definitely going to be...
What he can do when he has time.
Yeah, and this is definitely an R-rated YouTube page. So, this is real, okay? I don't know if you want to show it for your people, but if you don't want to look away. Yeah.
This is what, a photo? Or is it?
That's real, that's a photo. That is a photo. You can't even tell, can you? Yeah, yeah. Also, if you look at the rib cage is not broken, but the heart is missing, meaning he's got to go into the empty stomach, up to the heart, and yanks it out. He does all this in several hours, then he just disappears. So the next photo on my tour is, without a doubt, the most important photo on the tour. It is the grave of Mary Jane Kelly, but the name is slightly different. Her boyfriend said that was her real name, so she did have a boyfriend. They had just broken up as well, okay? He says this is her real name, but we don't know much about Mary Jane Kelly, okay? We assume she is Irish. So in loving memory, Mary Jane Kelly, none but the lonely hearts can know my sadness. Love lives forever. Fast forward to 2006. Scotland Yard found boxes and boxes of missing evidence. They were able to do the first ever e-fit, or the e-profile of the foreign looking man. So this is what we think Jack the Ripper looked like. Now when you see it, it will remind you of a very famous singer, okay?
Cliff Richard.
No, someone said Ed Sheeran the other day. It's not Cliff Richard, it's not Ed Sheeran, it is Freddie Mercury. So apparently, Jack the Ripper is Freddie Mercury. It's only taken us 137 years to work out that Freddie Mercury, Jack the Ripper are the same person, and they are a killer queen. That joke's awful, isn't it?
Yes.
Terrible joke.
Was there evidence for that moustache?
I don't know. Yeah, he has facial hair. But let me explain why I made that awful joke. After seeing that horrific photo of Mary Jane Kelly, I need to bring you there you go, back up, okay? That's ridiculous enough to look like Freddie Mercury. It's ridiculous enough to make you kind of laugh. On a serious note, if that is Jack the Ripper,
Who's Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, he's not important. The women are the most important thing, okay? Sometimes we forget about that, but it must always come back to the women, okay? Because we do have a habit of doing that. Now, the only reason we like Jack the Ripper is because it's so brutal, and then it just stops. The first ever murder mystery, or modern day one. But again, it must always go back to the women. Now, we do not know who Jack the Ripper is. We will never know who Jack the Ripper is. So we may have ideas, but I don't know. Precisely. Yeah.
How could we know?
How are we going to do it now?
Yeah.
Like, even though I know we have better equipment, how? Yeah. So I like to keep it very much, forget who he is, focus on the women.
Do you want to promote your little talks?
Okay, hi everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. So my name is Alan. I work for Ripper Vision even. So we walk around Whitechapel talking about the killings. So we've all we're not just doing it for a bit of money, so we always try and make sure we talk about these women and one, give you a bit of history, two, make sure we understand how sick it was, and also make sure you have a nice night as well, which is such a wrong word to use, but an interesting night. But I really hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes, so sleep well, everyone.
Yeah, good night. Happy dreams. Make sure your windows aren't broken.
And we're out.
Yay.